We're coming to the end of our third full week of sequester during COVID, and we're having to stay on track and finish our college semester online. The biggest challenge my students are facing is staying focused, staying on track, and getting it done. So today I'm going to give you some good solid framework to managing your time in the day. So you ready? This is Ruth Bomar, and I am your online academic coach. So what I want you to do first is get out a piece of paper and fold it in half lengthwise. And on the right-hand side, we're going to make a list of your needs. So I'm going to tell you what your needs are. There are 5 big categories of needs. One is self-care. Under self-care, you have 3 subcategories: sleep, nutrition, and movement. You got to take care of those 3 basic self-care. That's your foundation of self-care. It is vitally important. If we don't take care of basic self-care, then it's like having 2 flat tires, and that car is not going anywhere with 2 flat tires. The next area of need is your schoolwork. This is what we're doing. We're still in school. We're going to finish the semester strong. So you need to work on schoolwork. The other need is household. So if you're living at home with your family, if you're in your dorm, or if you're in an apartment, wherever you're living, there is going to be some household tasks, whether it be the laundry or the dishes or the bathroom. There's going to be some just general household chores. Now the next need is going to be social need. You're going to have 2 subcategories under social. One is family and one is friends. With family, you need to make sure you don't neglect the family. Stay connected. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's healthy for you to stay connected to your family. And then with friends, you need to make sure you establish some good boundaries with friends. So one way to look at your friends is that you have your inner circle friends, you have your outer circle friends, and then you might have a medium circle friends. Not all your friends are your inner circle. So establish some good, healthy boundaries with your friends. Otherwise, sometimes that need of having friends will take up your whole day. The next area of need is going to be your interests. You are an intelligent individual, and you have intellectual needs, interests, curiosity. Maybe you have some projects, maybe you have a hobby, or just things that you want to learn more about. I have one student who is looking at an online free course for art history because she wants to just learn something about it. She thinks it's very interesting, but she doesn't want to take a course. So she's going to use this time to pursue that interest. So now we're ready. Now that we have those 5 areas of need: self-care, school, household, social, and interest, now we're going to look at your day. We're going to look at your day in blocks of time. The reason we want to do this is because we're going to have a start and an end to every block. And that'll help us shoot for a deadline, shoot for a finish line. If I know I'm going to stop at this certain time, then that's a certainty. If we have a little bit of certainty, it helps us stay motivated. If we have a deadline, it helps us stay motivated. So we're giving ourselves some little mini deadlines throughout the day by looking at our day through blocks of time. The block of time approach also helps us if we get off track. Let's just say we take a rabbit hole for 30 minutes. Because it's a block of time, then we still have time to come back, and the block of time hasn't been totally lost. We just lost 30 minutes of it. So our first block of time is our morning routine. This is where we take care of our self-care needs, our morning self-care needs. So make sure that you have the routine thought through and established. You might have to write it down so that you can remember your morning routine. Right now, in this situation that we're in, routine is your best friend. The next block of time is academic work. Let's just say your morning routine starts at 7 and ends at 9, and your morning work time starts at 9 a.m. That's when your day begins. From 9 to noon is what I recommend. I don't recommend more than 3 hours, and I don't recommend less than 2. So at least 2, but at the most 3. Within that morning block of time, you're going to use the Pomodoro approach. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. 25 on, 5 minutes off. Now that 25-minute chunk of time could be shorter or longer. If you're bored, if it's clumsy, the material is clumsy, if awkward material, if it's very complicated, very difficult to understand, and it's taking a lot of mental energy, then your chunk of time is going to be shorter, and then you take a little break. And then you come back to it. Or if you're in your groove, in your zone, you found your pace, everything is working, everything is clicking, then your study time, your study chunk can be longer. It can be longer than 25 minutes. It could be 30. It could even be 45 minutes long. So if you're, whatever that length is, it's going to address the needs that you're having at that moment, the need of the complexity of the information and your mental energy. Now your break time, you make sure you put a timer so you can come back. Now the next block of time is the midday break. This is noon. It's a meal. You do some household chores then, and then you start your afternoon block of time from 1 to 4 p.m. If you begin to get sleepy or a little groggy, do a pick-me-up, either a quick jog around the room or up and down jumping jacks or a cold drink of water, maybe even a cup of coffee. Now 4 p.m. afternoon study block is done. Now it's 4 to 6 p.m. That is me time. You take care of your very personal needs, your emotional needs, maybe some of your social needs. Maybe I really recommend social needs later in the day. So 4 to 6 is the me time. This is alone time that you need to devote to you and the needs that you have and the interests that you have. We want to keep nurturing that aspect of you. If we don't, other areas of your life will begin to deteriorate. Now from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is family time. Have an evening meal, play a game together, watch a movie together, take a walk together. If you're not with your family, this is a good time to reach out through FaceTime or whatever video chat you use. Now it's 8 p.m. From 8 to 10 p.m. is your evening option. This is where you catch up with stuff you didn't finish during the day or you plan to prepare for tomorrow. Or you continue with your interests, that me time, or not. You get to choose. So if everything is done and everything is taken care of, then it's free time. This is when you jump on the phone with your friends or however you connect with your friends. Now from 10 p.m. to bedtime, this is relax and unwind time. You do whatever you want. It's free time. So your free time could begin at 8 during that evening option if everything is done, or you can start at 10 when you're done with all your things, you tying up all the loose ends during the day. So 10 p.m. is your relax, unwind time, connect with friends time, play on the video games time. Now, if midnight is your bedtime, you want to start turning everything off around 11:30, maybe even 11, it depends, so that you begin to unwind and actually get sleepy. You want to do some sleepy, kind of even boring stuff, maybe read a boring book, but get some unwinding activities to help you so that when you actually put your head on the pillow, you fall asleep. So a quick recap, on one side, we're thinking about your needs, your 5 basic needs, categories of needs: self-care, school, household, social, and interest. And on the other side of the paper, we're thinking about the day in blocks of time. Your morning routine, then your morning work chunk of time, block of time, then your midday break, then your afternoon block of time, another block of time for me time, and then dinner, family time, then evening option to tie up loose ends, plan and prepare for tomorrow, and then your unwind, relax time. Make sure you have a few minutes before actual bedtime to turn off all the screens and unwind and make your brain get sleepy, so that when you put your head on the pillow, you actually fall asleep. This is Ruth Bomar, your academic coach, and we're going to get through this semester. We're going to finish strong.